everyone, welcome back to our channel, your cat and dog destination. Today we're going to be talking about the pregnancy of a dog and the birth of the puppies. So stay tuned. In this video, I'm going to talk about the signs that your dog is pregnant, signs showing that your dog is in labor, the birthing of the puppies, and all the supplies that you need when you're whelping the puppies, just so that you've got everything on hand and you won't have any issues. I've been breeding for 16 years. I wouldn't call myself a kennel by any means. I do 1 litter a year. A lot of people are totally against breeding dogs, and they're all for rescue. I'm 110% for rescue, but I don't think a rescue is for every single family. And if you do your due diligence and you research the breeder that you're getting your puppy from, I think either way. I have purebreds and I have rescues, and they both have their pros and cons. Dogs are generally pregnant for 58 to 68 days, the average being about 63. Signs that your dog is pregnant, you can go for a numerous amount of weeks, days, before you actually know your dog's pregnant, unless you go and get like an ultrasound from the vet. Signs that you would look for are the nipples start to get larger and change color. The belly obviously starts to get larger. Sometimes their appetite changes. Sometimes dogs eat more, or some dogs will go off their food for a few days. That's how I know mine are, because they won't be eating for a couple days. And then as time obviously progresses, the dog starts to get larger in size. I don't generally take them to the vet to confirm pregnancy because I've been doing it long enough to know. And I've also done it at the vet once before, and they told me that the dog was having 2 puppies and she actually had, I think it was 5 or 6. So they confirmed pregnancy, but they didn't confirm number of puppies. So those are the main signs that your dog is pregnant. Signs that your dog will be going into labor. One of the main ones is I recommend that you take a temperature a few days prior to their due date, and the temperature will drop 24 hours before labor starts. So a temperature being regularly 101 to 102.5-ish will go down to like 98, 99. So that's a clear sign that 24 hours later, your dog will start to go into labor. Which signs to look out for would be the dog starts to get restless. It can't settle or really sleep. She sits a lot. She starts to pant. Slowly starts to pant, and then progressively as time goes on, the panting gets stronger, and then you'll see belly contractions, and those things will just heighten as time goes by. And then you'll see, and I would just sit with the dog and have them in a safe area, and then you can be ready for the first puppy. Supplies you need to have ready when your dog's about to whelp her puppies. I have a list in front of me, and I don't want to forget anything, so pardon my looking down at the paper. But the biggest thing is you have a safe area for the puppy or the dog to go in to have the puppies. When they're first born, I use like just a dog outdoor pool, and it's big enough because the puppies are small, and my breed doesn't generally have a lot of dogs, so that's the biggest thing. And I sit right in the whelping box, I call it a whelping box, with her. Make sure you have lots of towels, a pair of scissors, paper towel, a green garbage bag to put the mess that you've cleaned up into. Right, and the biggest thing, this is another important part, the whelping box, but as well you need a heat lamp, which is right over top of the whelping box, and a heating pad that I generally, every time a puppy comes out, I put the puppy right on, because the puppy needs to stay warm, and she's going to have another one fairly recent, close to the first one that comes out within half an hour to 45 minutes. Usually the next one comes out, and you want them all to be warm, and the temperature is a big part of it. It has to be at least 83 or 84 degrees. So those are mainly the supplies that you need. also have them in a, I always keep them in a separate room. Like I don't have them, a lot of places that you don't want to get a dog from will have them outside in a barn or something. I have them in a bedroom. In my house, I'd kick one of my kids out of the bedroom and have the puppies right in that room. So the mom has a quiet, nice, calm environment to have her puppies in. And also another important thing is if you have other dogs, you have to make sure that the dogs aren't bothering the mom and her puppies, because they get very protective. My dogs have been amazing with people touching their puppies, but they will not let another dog even sniff under the door, and they lose their marbles because they get very, very protective. So just be aware of that. Now the actual birth of the puppies, if you left your dog alone in the room, she would do it all herself. But doing that is a higher risk of things going wrong. So once the dog's in full labor and she's starting to contract and she's pushing the puppies out, you'll see a puppy come right to the exit of the vagina, and you'll see a little sac. Sometimes it's broken, sometimes it isn't. And the puppy will be pushed out, and you have to make sure that the sac is broken as soon as possible. And she'll break it herself, but sometimes they chew at the sac so aggressively that they can nip the puppy, and they also will chew the cord off. I try to cut the cord off as soon as the sac is broken. I cut the cord so that she doesn't try and push me out of the way to do it, because they can chew the cord off too close to the puppy, and then it can cause a herniated belly button. And she'll also eat. Each puppy comes out with its own sac and its own placenta, and she'll try and eat them all. I let her eat a few because it's really good for the milk production, but I don't let her eat them all because she ends up getting really, really bad diarrhea, and it's hard on her poor little belly. So each sac is broken. You take the puppy from the sac, you cut the umbilical cord, you wipe the puppy off, you rub it in a towel, just make sure you hear it take a breath. And then the sooner you can get the puppy to mom, the better, because she starts licking it so that she gets everything moving and the puppy's breathing properly. And then the puppy will literally latch on to her immediately. So I just hold the puppy to make sure that it's latching on okay and that it's starting to eat. And I just let the first puppy eat away until she's ready to deliver the next one, which is usually half an hour to 45 minutes in between each puppy. And you should be timing them to make sure that there's not too much time between each puppy. Sometimes two will come quite consecutively close together, and then there'll be a big gap between the next set. They tend to come in sets because of the way that they get pregnant and how the puppies line up inside. So you just have to make sure that when a puppy comes out, there's a placenta for each puppy. That's really, really important, because you don't want a placenta left inside mom, because that can make her go toxic and she can get extremely ill. So that's one of the things that I am so aware of, that if you have to watch, because they'll eat them really fast too. So you have to watch that she's eaten it, and if she hasn't eaten it, that you've counted it and put it away in the garbage so she can't get at it. Another thing, this is a hard thing because you don't know how many puppies she's having for sure. So you sit there and okay, so my last litter, there were 5 puppies. And after the 5th, I thought there might have been a 6th. And so I waited and waited. I felt around. Her belly's relatively swollen at this point. But I waited and waited. And then I could tell within half an hour or 40 minutes that she had become much more relaxed. And she was focusing on her puppies. And there was no restlessness or heavy panting. So I knew that she was finished. And I had everything all lined up. Puppies were all eating. Everybody was happy. And the mess was cleaned up, and mom was on her way to nurturing her little fresh pups. Now, I didn't film the actual birth of the puppies because it can be graphic. I mean, it's very natural, and it's actually the first time a couple people have experienced it with me. They actually cried because it's a really neat thing to see. But I didn't film it because it can be a little bit messy. But I did film after the sac was broken and each puppy was out, and it was fresh, like within seconds. So we're gonna play that. We're gonna attach those little clips onto the end of this video so you can see the actual process after the puppy was pushed out. So Ava's now, well, we thought she was going to have her puppies last night, so I'm exhausted because I was up all night and she hasn't had them. So I think it's probably today. Let's see if we can see them moving. I can feel one moving right there. You see? And this is introducing Ava's first puppy. It's a little boy. It's a little boy, Ava.
He's very big.
He's strong, little guy. Ava's second puppy. Yes,
Also
he's
a boy.
beautiful. Another boy. Another boy, Ava. Not as big as the first one, but still good chunker. Number 3. Number 3, he came out real quick and he wouldn't latch on. And he's a boy. Number 3 boy. And he's a little boy.
He's very little.
Very cute.
4.
And guess what? It's a girl. It's a girl, Ava. That was a long wait in between, though. How many hours? 2.5?
2.5, yeah.
Yeah, she's cute. She latched on right away.
You're scary.
You're cute. Puppy number
5.
5. And guess what it is? It's a boy. It's another boy. And that came real quick.
Yeah,
like
literally
within
really
5
quick.
minutes of the other one, right? Okay, seepy time.
Yeah,
no,
he's already
eat time.
asleep.
Hi, Ava. How old are your puppies now? Are they 24 hours old, Ava? And there's one in there making a lot of noise. Where are they? There's 2 there. Oh, there's one there. Eva. Come on, little one. There you go. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 24 hours old, Ava. Good mama. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and it was informative. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask, and I'd be more than happy to answer them as best I can. Look out for our next video. I'm going to do one on a more detailed how to pick a really good reputable breeder. So look out for that. And thanks again for watching.